We're gonna do the second part of my annual review and goal planner today. So this book is my review and goal planner that I made, and you can buy it. It's up for sale right now, and I'll post a link to it. If you're new here, my name is Natasha. Oh, and I'm gonna turn on my closed captioner. My name is Natasha. We do lots of creative and co-working streams on this channel. So things like art, fashion design, co-working, planning, goal setting, all that sort of cool stuff. Writing clubs, that kind of thing. Yeah, so stick around, enjoy. Today we already did the first half of this a little while ago, and we're gonna do the second half now. So I'll post a link to the first video too if you wanna see that one. Right now I'm just gonna get my captions going. And yeah, I hope everyone's doing well. How's everyone out there? How are you guys all? How have you been? What have you been up to? What has been going on in your life? All right, there we go. Captions are on. Okay. I'm gonna have to move the camera and like direct it down towards the planner so you guys can see what I'm writing. And yeah, I'm kind of nervous to do this part because I did all the personal review stuff last year, and now I've got to do the business stuff this year. Today. And yeah, last year business was kind of a mess because I was focused on staying in Italy, and this year it's kind of the same, but like I have some ideas and some plans and some things kind of mushed around mulling in my head, and that's the whole point of this book, is that it will help you kind of put those amorphous thoughts in your brain into reality. So let's also see if we can put a link in here somewhere. Here's my mouse. There we go. Okay, so what would this be? I think it would be goal planner. I think I have a bunch of these. Let's try goal planner. Yeah, that's one of them. There we go. Okay, that's pretty good. That'll do. That's what we're working on today. Oh, and I should post a link to the previous video for this. Okay, so that would be under YouTube, I guess. There we go. Get link copy to clipboard, let's post it. Okay, and this is the link for the part 1. There we go, that's part 1. All right, yeah, we're gonna... Oh, I don't know, my computers are being kind of slow today. I wasn't planning on doing this today, but I had a RPG today, but that got canceled, so I'm like, what do I do? I have the evening free. So I'm like, all right, well, I guess I should probably do that stream. That's been needing to be finished for a while now, so. All right, we're gonna move the camera around and get started. I'm kind of nervous to get started, I guess. I'm kind of like hesitating here, I think. I'm also just going to take it easy too. It's been a busy little while recently, so that's been good. Okay, what do I need to do? I need this guy on the desk. I don't need the big planner right now. Although if you'd like a dated or undated planner, those are available too. Actually, that's what I was working on mostly this week. I was updating the files for the planners. And kind of putting together some undated ones, but they're not finished yet, so they haven't been posted for sale yet, but there's a couple up already that are posted for sale, dated and undated. But one of the business goals I'm going to be talking about today is getting more planners up before the end of the year so that I can advertise them for Christmas sales and Black Friday sales and that kind of stuff, and maybe doing some Kickstarters. I don't know, I got it all in my brain, and we're gonna put it down on paper, I guess. So I feel like I have all these pages to finish, but I really don't. A lot of these are like to-do lists and schedule pages, which I don't really need schedule pages. But yeah, there's quite a few questions I have to fill out, so I guess we are gonna do that. All right. Okay, let's move this camera, I suppose. I need to create some space on my desk so I can actually write. Would probably be helpful, hey? Would probably be helpful, I suppose. still don't understand how we had a co-working category for like the briefest of moments and then it's gone again. Like, why couldn't that continue to exist? Okay. Oops, sorry guys. What is this cable cut on? Okay. Oh, I haven't actually tried to do it since I rearranged some of my desk here. Okay, there we go. That's better. That's not great, but better for sure. Alright. Also, it was like super bad weather this whole day, just kind of cloudy and muggy and not nice, but now it's like beautiful outside and I'm like, well, god damn it, I just set up to stream inside, so I'm kind of not super stoked about that, but you know, what can you do? Okay, so I'm gonna need this to be open like that. I guess we can go for that. To grab my colored pens. I can't do anything without my good pens. Oh yeah, I'm really nervous to actually just dive into this. Isn't that funny? Alright, well, let's give it a go. Okay, so last year, I'll kind of review what we did last year, and I post a link to the first part. So this is the annual review and goal planner. So it goes through a review of your last year and it sets you up for your next year. And normally you would do this at the beginning of the year, but you can do it whenever. So I'm doing it right now in June, but this is for my 2023-2024. So it's reviewing 2023 and planning for 2024, even though 2024 is half over. But the beauty of it is that it doesn't matter. It's not dated or anything. So you can do it whenever you want at any point in the year and you don't waste time, right? Like you can just keep using it for those 12 months, no matter what 12 months they are. All right, so some of these pages I don't really need to go through. So things like, so we're into work goals now. Things like work and career goals, dream job. I've filled these out before and I don't think I'm going to do it again today. Just because I kind of already know what I would put on this page. I suppose I'll fill it out a little bit. What was the last color I used? Blue, so we'll use purple. Okay, so yeah, I'll just put briefly. So if you were doing this for the first time, you'd want to do it in detail. Because I've done it a couple times already, I'm just going to make it pretty simple. Because the nice thing about these books is that you can get one and use it every year. Well, you can get a new one every year and fill it out every year. And when you look back on the old ones, you get to see kind of what's changed and what's evolved and how it's all working. All right, so for me, so values and tasks. All the values you hold and the things you want to spend time doing. So I want to spend time being creative, and I value beauty. I value writing nicer than that. Okay, beauty, creativity again, but I put it in the thing. Kindness. I want to be creative. I want to... Creativity is the task I most want to do. But also kind of like management. I want to be the one planning and organizing things, not following someone else's plan. When possible. Okay, so I'm not even going to do this select the most important. These two are the most important. If I was doing it for real, I'd brainstorm a whole bunch more. All right, goal setting year for 2024. How do you want to feel in your work and life? Oh, I was going to kind of give you more detail. So earlier on this, we did kind of a business review already for all the 2023 stuff. The year before, we did a life review. We did a bit of gratitude, and then we did the life goals as well as the life plan, which is the kind of 50-year overview of kind of where you might want to see your life going. And that's a really important part. So now we're going to go through and do kind of some goal setting. So how do you want to feel in your work and life? Creative and in control. Oh, I should have switched color. That's all right. In control. I want to feel like I'm doing something that people care about, which is my biggest struggle right now. How do you want to feel about your... Oh, so, okay, so these are two different questions, and I kind of probably should have thought more about this. How do you want to feel in your work and life is like, how do you want to feel day to day? How do you want to feel about your work and life is probably this answer. I want to feel like I'm doing something that people care about. Yeah, I want to feel like I'm doing something that... I want to feel... doing something that's bringing joy and beauty into the world. Based on your ideal day, how many hours do you want to work a week? Like a lot. I don't mind working a lot of hours. Hey, Lonely Dooney, how are you? Cheers. Cheers. I found this new liqueur. It's like this kind of, it's like a rosemary kind of liqueur. It's really interesting. It's this pretty blue color. And I've been mixing it with Sprite and lemon juice, fresh lemon juice for my lemons. And it's been great. I've been enjoying it. Plus, it's so pretty. Like, look at this. You're doing great. Free from debt. Hey, that's amazing. Congrats. Were you working on that for a while? Did you get something big paid off? That requires a lot of like effort and commitment, and I'm very proud of you. It's okay. What was I saying? Based on your ideal day, how many hours do you want to work a week? Like a lot. I mean, okay, so let's say 20 to 80 like hours. I'm a crazy person. When it's something I love a lot. When it's something I love or it pays off a lot. Or when it pays off. So like right now working like my local jobs, they don't pay very much, right? Because it's minimum wage bartending. Like it doesn't pay any money, and there's not tips really in Europe. So it's like, like I don't want to be working 80 hours a week bartending because it's not worth it. But if I can work on something I love or something that actually has a decent compensation attached to it, then yeah, like as many hours as I can. Okay, how much time off do you want? Vacation time. I want time to be able to see my friends when they visit, family visit, and I want to be able to take small trips. Small trips. I also, it's also very important. I also very much need to go home for Christmas and see my grandmother and everyone else for Christmas. And that one is crucial. You got money from last month's disability, and because you're lonely, you lost family. So today you got money from last month and you paid all your debts, and now you can buy whatever you want. That's fantastic. I mean, make sure you don't go straight back into debt, right? Like if you got a credit card, don't just rack it up again once you pay it off. But yeah, if you got extra money, that's fantastic. You get a chance to kind of use it the way you want to and not feel guilty and just enjoy kind of what makes you happy. That's fantastic. All right, life vision. I mean, I think I've probably written this somewhere else in this book already, but life vision is fashion empire. We're not playing bones about this. That's the goal. All right, all my different interests. This is where it gets tricky because all my different interests are infinite amounts of things. Okay, so just for business, we've got fashion. We've got graphic design. We've got planners. We've got art. We've got writing. We've got a bunch more, but I'll stop for there. Hobbies. And hobbies in life are kind of overlappy here. So hobby, I'm going to put roller skating. I'm going to put cooking. I'm going to put gardening. All right. Relationships. So friends. Oh, see, I just thought of another one. RPGs. So friends, Canada, friends, local, romance, family, you had debt for bills because you hadn't got your disability and because you're lonely. I don't understand that part. Money you needed to go to the doctors and more. Stretch burst. You. Hold this. I was going to do it. Okay. Ooh, yeah, it feels good. I forgot to do that. That's why I have that point redeem. So if you sit at a desk all day, you can follow along with me. Right now I'm just pulling back each individual finger and holding my arm straight in front of me. And just gently. You don't need to like force anything or hurt anything. Thumb is a big one. Thumb can, if you are sitting using a keyboard and a mouse all day, pulling back your thumb like this can make a huge difference. Just gently. And then pushing it down as well. Feels better. Okay. What else is a life thing that I need to do? I'm going to put a Vespa on here because I would like to get a Vespa, and I feel like that doesn't fit any of the other categories. But it's one of my goals for the year. What else do I do? I'm going to put home decor because I don't think it's really a hobby, but it is definitely something I spend time on in my life, making sure my house is nice. Whereas gardening is more like, that's like, home decor is like something you do once, and then gardening's, well, except for when you keep going to the stores. But gardening is more like something I have to do every day when I have the plants, which I do. I'm trying to think what else would fit into these categories. Oh, like pets. I would like a pet again soon. Pets. I feel like there's more things that fit into business. I should put like editing and publishing on here. Editing, publishing, marketing. Okay, yeah, that one could honestly just keep going and going and going. All right, business overview. Strategies. Now we're starting to get into actual planning stuff. I feel like maybe I'm going to change the camera here because I feel like yeah, I feel like that needs to be a little bit darker. That's probably easier to read. I guess to right. It's a little like cramped in, but we should be all right. Okay, strategies based on your business interests. That's all this. What can you make or do that other people will buy? Okay, so again, this is all stuff I've done before in the past, so my answers are going to be kind of quick and fast. If this is the first time you're doing this and you're really trying to get an idea for what you're doing, or if like you're new and you want to start a business and you have no idea what you're doing yet, spend a lot of time on these pages. Like really think, really brainstorm, and really be creative. For me, I kind of already know. I'm doing a bunch of things already and I kind of know what I want to do in the future, so I'm just going to be pretty quick. Lonely Junie. So you needed to go to psychiatric, good, then a doctor, so they would write documents, what kind of problems for mentally, and then send to the other places where working with disability documents. Okay, yeah, that's a huge process, so I'm glad you got it done. And that's why you didn't get disability, because you're alone money, and by that you had debts. And then today when you got your money, you got to pay off all your debts, and now everything's going well. That's fantastic. I'm so happy for you that you got that sorted and that it worked out and that all the like paperwork went through. That's really great. It's nice to have like some sort of steady, reliable income, which I hope it is for you. All right, so passive, again, I've been really working on trying to get more passive income going. Okay, so what can I make or do? I can make clothes. This is like the most difficult one though. I can make planners. I can make graphics and logos. I can make art, paintings. Oh yeah, are these physical or digital? So clothes are physical. This I have to be careful with. Planners are both physical and digital. Graphics and logos are digital. Art and paintings are physical and digital. What do we have? Books. Books are digital. I mean, technically they're physical, but I don't know. I think most people buy those digitally now. At least in my market. All right, books, RPGs, that again is a digital market, but I would like to do a Kickstarter for a physical RPG at some point in the next 12 months. So that's going to be on the list here. Digital, future, physical release. All right. Editing is digital, is a digital service. And also there's a difference between services, products, services. See, these questions are all really important. Are they physical or digital? Are they services? Is it something else? Is it passive or long-term? Like, is it a one-shot? What I really want to do is get into things that sell more than once, right? So I want to get into wholesale, especially for books and planners. I would like to get into wholesale. And I guess that goes for RPGs too. What's there? Physical. And then marketing is a digital service. Although I would like to get into doing it as a local service for local bars and restaurants. Local service. Okay, so this is actually really helpful because yeah, some of these things are kind of where I need to be prioritizing information here. So I would like to get into more wholesale, although I've really struggled to figure that out. I'd like to try again. Try again. You were very positive. You tried to be positive, and one day when you woke up, it was like all burden and curse had left you, and from that day everything went well. Oh, I'm so happy for you. That's fantastic if things have just started to work. That's really good to hear. Okay, I think those are all the major ones. I'm trying to think if there's anything else here. I think it's just more books and RPGs, and I want to work with some more clients for publishing. Okay, I'll put publishing as a service. Publishing. Digital service. And I would like to do more Kickstarters. That's it. This is so funny. Sometimes I think these pages are like, oh, it's too broad to be helpful to me. And it's like, no, that page is there because it's exactly what I need. I just like narrowed down like the 5 things I want to focus on more this year. Kickstarters, local services, a physical RPG, Kickstarter, and more wholesale. Like, okay, good work. Good work, Paige. The book is doing what it's supposed to be doing. All right, now I keep switching pen colors, but obviously that is a me thing, not an important thing. All right, what products, market, audience, platforms, etc. do you need to pursue these strategies? Okay, so again, this is also a strategy page, and you could get more detailed on here. I mean, the fact that I put physical and digital is pretty much my strategy here, but you could go more like, I would like to sell X to Y audience through X platform, blah, 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 blah. But we're going to get into more of that. It's nice to kind of go through this as an overview, because you're going to see how, like, as we move from strategy, goals, tactics, and systems, like, we're kind of going to break it down step by step. So you don't need to get it all on one page. All right, so here we're going to go. What products, market, audience, platforms do you need to pursue these strategies? So this is more high level. We're going to start breaking it down. All right, so the products I kind of posted over here. What market, audience, and platforms? So platforms. Amazon, Kickstarter. I actually had good success on Redbubble earlier this year, but that was with my mugs for my mugs for, I'll post a link, because they've been selling really well. They're still selling. They're not selling as well as they were back when the show was really popular, but my has-been hotel mugs. Is the command mugs? I don't remember what the command is. It is mugs, yay. These were actually selling really well for like 2 months there. And I would like to do more things like that. But again, it was so, I don't know if I could replicate that, because it was so random of just having to catch this trend at the right moment. And like, I don't want to spend my life, I don't want a job where what I have to do is follow trends and just try to cash in on them. This was created for me because I enjoyed it naturally and I wanted to make them, but I don't want to just try to trend chase. Okay, so Amazon, Kickstarter, Redbubble, but it was nice that it actually paid off. Amazon, Kickstarter, Redbubble. Those are most of it. Like, those are the three. Okay, and then those are like the actual sales platforms, but marketing platforms are going to be Instagram. TikTok has been struggling for me lately. I mean, Instagram's always struggling for me. Instagram, TikTok, Twitch. Those are the three main ones. Yeah. And then, like, I have other stuff like my Twitter, which I only post to when I'm streaming, and then like Facebook and other things that auto post. Okay, but I think those are my three main platforms, and then my own website. Email needs to be on here. Website, email list. Okay, I need to spend more time on my email lists because they have not been active lately, and I do have a couple people on them, so yeah. It would be good. All right, I might add to this more in the future. All right, how will you achieve these goals? What tasks do you need to complete? What milestone needs to be reached? And what kind of time frame is appropriate? So now we're getting into tactics. How are you actually going to do this? All right, so what tasks do I need to complete to... I need to finish more planners. More planners, undated especially. Because I want more passive income, and a dated planner is not passive income because it only sells for 1 year. An undated planner can sell forever, and I don't know why I do know why I keep posting dated ones, because I use the dated ones, so I'm making them anyways, but that's stupid. Make more undated ones, undated planners. Okay, what other things do I need to complete? I need to plan Kickstarters. That's fine, I know that. That's gonna be on my list. I need to continue to publish. I could try reaching out to more potential publishing clients, but I haven't had any luck. Well, I've had a little bit of luck. I haven't had much luck with that. I find it's very I spend a lot of time trying to get new clients and then I get nothing, and then it takes so much time I get like completely fed up with it. Okay, continue to publish. Plan email marketing. And follow through. I always have these email marketing plans, and then I find emails just so aggravating. And I find the programs, like the websites that you use to publish emails, so aggravating. So I just get fed up with them. Plan email marketing and follow through. Use ChatGPT, god damn it. All right, good, good, good. What else do I need to do, and what kind of time frame is appropriate? I want to do all of this stuff before the end of the year. So 6 months. Is there anything else that should be on here? What else am I trying to sell? What else am I trying to sell this year? I'm not really focused on art right now. And fashion. See, I should have some more goals for fashion. Just don't. I guess that's marketing. No, let's put in some networking for fashion. Fashion, and then I don't know, I feel like I need to re-optimize like my website and stuff to make it more obvious that like, yeah, you could buy clothes. You could custom design things. I don't know. I don't know. Re-optimize website. Oh, and finish my marketing website. It's not a real website, it's just a web page on my website. But that would be for physical marketing clients, local marketing clients. Marketing web page for local clients. And then actually do outreach. Do in-person outreach. Because I'd like to be doing like photography and Instagram for local businesses. But the only way to get that is to actually talk to people in person. Okay, good. Re-optimize website. All right, I don't really know what I'm doing there. All right, systems. Now, this is where it comes from airy fairy floofy in the sky ideas to like, well, wait, how are you actually going to get this done? How are you actually going to make sure you do this? And then we're going to go through more detailed steps as well. All right, what systems? How will you gauge if it's working? How will you evaluate if you need to make changes? And how will you get back on track if you fall away? Okay. What systems do I need? I don't have, like, I had such great systems when I was in Toronto, but moving to Italy has just, like, appended all my systems, so I don't really have any anymore, which is kind of frustrating. Okay. What system will you create? I would like to be more intentional. Oh, learning Italian should be on my list of life things. Italian. Because that's going to be one of my goals for sure. There we go. Okay, I'd like to be more intentional about planning time each week. Because right now I just kind of like I work on something every week, but it's kind of random. And I'd like to be more intentional about planning time each week for each business. And that's kind of what this goal planner is for. So like literally that comes later in the process here. So it will happen. I will at least, if I get to it, I will do that. If I give up before that point. All right, let's be more intentional about planning time each week for each business/goal. So how will you gauge if things are working? Well, if you use later in this book the goal scorecards, weekly scorecards and goal sheets, that is actually very direct about how to evaluate whether things are working. Actually, and I didn't really use them last year, like at all. So actually use the goal scorecards. And how do I get back on track? my general plan is when I get off track, like if I'm behind on something, I have to remember to start on the next project. So it can be advertised in time. It can be promoted. At the right time. Because again, if I'm still trying to publish dated planners and it's like January, it's the wrong time. Okay. So I have to be clear on that. All right, products. What do you want to focus on selling? All those things I already wrote down. Okay, what do I want to focus on though? That's actually a good question. Okay, so I want to focus on selling I should also put on here. System, I need to research getting into wholesale again. Research wholesale more. I haven't figured that one out. All right, what do you want to focus on selling? I want to focus on selling planners, art in person. I suppose I should write that down. Art in person. Oh, cool. Planners, art in person. Books. I'd like to make an art book, but I don't know if I'm going to do that this year. It might be later. Marketing services would be nice. In person. Okay, planners, art in person, books, marketing services in person, and I guess, yeah, those are the things. Okay, what do you want to sideline or stop selling? What am I, okay, so sidelining, again, it's kind of fashion. Unfortunately, fashion is still kind of on the sidelines. Just because the barriers to entry are so goddamn high. Fashion is still sidelined. Like committing to a factory and materials is a huge investment just because barriers to entry are so high. What platforms do you want to focus on? All the ones I already said. Amazon and Kickstarter. What sales campaigns do you want to run? I would like to run Kickstarters and email campaigns, but that's tricky because then I have to actually make an email campaign. All right. And again, you have to write the years in every time because if it's a printed copy, which you can get the printed version of this, it helps write the year in case your pages get split up. But if it's a book, you don't really need to write the year every year. It's, you know, based on your life plan. What should you be doing this year? Okay, so I did fill that out already. 1 year. What should I be doing this year? Okay, so I put prioritize dating, which is important, and I'm doing that. Don't frivolously spend money, which I'm not doing. And spend more time planning steps for business. Hey, look, I'm doing that right now. So that's good. And then what did I do for like 5 years? Prioritize networking, put your money where your mouth is, ensure time for planning, and building skills. And yeah, okay. All right, so what should I be doing this year? Prioritizing planning. Planning and just getting products out. Products out at the right times. based on your values, dream job, tasks, and goals. What should you work on this year? So the great thing about this book is that it refers back to pages you've already completed. So if you do it in order, you're going to have all the information you need to answer the questions. What should I work on this year? I should work on fashion, but again, that's just so... this big amorphous problem for me right now. All right, so what should I work on? Passive income. Income products. Planners. And books. Okay, those are my two goals, because once they're working, they will hopefully just continue selling, and any sales campaigns, marketing campaigns will just continue pushing them. I don't need to keep remaking them. Any new products I create will also advertise for the old products. That's one of the great things about books. When someone likes your books, they might go through and buy all your books. So the more books you have, the more they can buy, and the more opportunity they have to find you. What should you focus your time and energy on? Where are your skills and talents best served? Okay, so this is an important question. Undated planners. Things that can be put on Kickstarter. And local art sales and marketing. Getting clients. I'm so frustrated on finding editing clients right now. It's just been a slog, and I don't like spending my time doing that. I guess I should put that under my, what should I not be spending time on? Spending so much time finding editing clients. Yeah, that's something I'm definitely trying to downgrade this year. All right, what should you not do or outsource? Haha, that's next. Okay. Spending too much time trying to attract clients. Reach out to potential clients. Potential editing clients. I want to spend more time reaching out to potential marketing clients. I don't know if I will like that any better, but I need to do something different. Okay. All right, so non-negotiables is an interesting category here. This page is all about kind of what sort of things do you want to be doing every day and that you don't want to let yourself forget about. So mindset-wise, what I should be doing is meditation. I haven't done doing that very much this year. So I'm going to put that in. I'm going to put meditation. And checking my life planner. Checking my life plan sheets. Grow your community. What am I going to do to grow my community this year? I did post fashion TikToks. Actually, I should post a new Met Gala TikTok today. Okay, so fashion TikToks, reels, posting those this month, and then planner, Instagram, TikTok. What else? More live streams. I would like to have a more consistent schedule for live streams, but it's still kind of up in the air. All right, nurture. So I can't commit to anything quite yet. Nurture. How do I want to nurture? I want to spend more time on Twitch. The more I stream, the more time I spend on other people's channels and, you know, do natural engagement on Twitch. I would like to engage more in comments. Comments on fashion and planner creators. And I would like to, oh, I had another one in my brain, I've lost it. What was it? Comments. It wasn't like just post more, because that's obvious. Oh, email list. Nurtures. Email list is a good one for nurturing because email feels more personalized to people. More time on. Just hate emails. I feel like they are a bad use of my time, but because I hate them. Not because it's bad use, practically speaking. All right, and what are my so these are 4 things you should be doing every day. So posting, making sure your mindset's in order, nurturing your community, and trying to sell something. So make an offer would be, again, like social media and email. Emails, Twitch. Yeah, okay. If I do like one of those things every day, it would be good. Right now, not so much. Today, yes. Okay, how are you feeling about, oh, we're getting to some of the money pages. These are important pages that can be a little bit tricky to work with. So we'll go through these a little bit. I'm probably gonna breeze through these. Okay, how are you feeling about money? Fucking awful right now. I'm so aggravated about money right now. I don't like the things that do make me money, and everything that I enjoy is not making me any money. Editing makes money, but I hate it. Let's write that down. Editing makes money, but I hate it now. I used to love it. Now, everything I enjoy is not making money. It's not making enough money to feel comfortable. How do you want to feel about money? Relaxed. What are your money stories? So what are your money stories is asking, like, what do you think about money? Like, how do you conceptualize money? Generally I conceptualize money as I can make money when I need it. But right now, being in a new country makes it way more difficult. Being in a foreign language country makes everything more difficult. And I knew that when I decided to come here. It's not a surprise. It's not like out of the blue or took me by surprise. It just sucks anyways. I knew it would, and it does. That's all. It's temporary, but it sucks. Makes everything more difficult. Because all the jobs I could get, I can't get because my Italian's not good enough. What does money mean to you? What is money to you? Money is the ability to relax, to spend time in enjoyable ways, to have the things you need, and not feel guilty about getting the things you want. Buying the things you want. All right. Oh, we're gonna run an ad. We haven't done that yet. Okay. So rent, food. How much money do you need to feel secure in your current lifestyle? Rent, food, bills, plus savings, and I want a fucking Vespa, and goals. How much money do you want to make? I'm not going to fill these in on stream because it's just not. Based on your net income percentage, how much revenue do you need to make that income? How many sales per month? More than I currently am making. Based on your lifestyle, financial, and personal goals, what is your big goal for the next year in content production, revenue, sales, or income? My big goal for the next year is 2 Kickstarters. One plus Black Friday sale. And probably a Christmas sale. So, but that means I need to have products for those. So, planners, books, publishing clients. Okay. How much revenue do you want to generate in your business this year? I would like, for my small businesses, all my little ones, I would like them honestly, if I could just get all of them to make like $100 a month, like I would be happy with that. If they could do it consistently. I would be happy with that this year. Obviously, I want more than that. I would like it to actually support my lifestyle, like full-time, without needing a job, but like editing and bartending. I'd be happy with that for now. What the hell? Can I not spell? Okay. How does this make you feel? Frustrated, because that's what I've wanted it to be doing for ages now. Frustrated, because I've been trying to get there for ages. But I've had good success with Kickstarter. I'm leaning into Kickstarter because it has worked out well. I think it does good marketing. Trying to get there for ages. Like every time I think I've had a good month, it's like the next month it goes down to nothing. And it's like, ah, cool. But Kickstarter, you know it's only going to be for 1 month. So like you don't need to worry about like it not happening the next month. It's like, no, that's the whole point. It's 1 month and done. It's not disheartening. What do you need to do to get to that goal? What do you need to create? What connections do you need to make? Who do you need to hire? What connections do you need to make is important. Because I'm bad at that part. All right. What do you need to do to get that goal? Prioritize. Get things out on time. Get new products out consistently. Okay. Money. So this is kind of a really interesting thing to do, is you look at your goal for how much money you want to make, and then you add a 0 to the end. How do you feel about that? So like, honestly, $1,000 a month. If each of my businesses made $1,000 a month, I would not need to work a day job. The idea is to kind of open your mind, like what's possible if you break out of your limitations. What would have to happen to 10 times your revenue? Which is what this is, that's 10 times it. I don't know. I've tried a bunch of stuff and none of it's worked. So what would have to happen? I would need a bigger audience. I would need to connect. Need to be reaching more people. So organic, paid ads, Kickstarter, networking. Again, I don't really do networking and I really should. Okay, do it again, add another 0. What if it was making 10,000 a month? Yeah, if any of my businesses were making 10,000 a month, I'd be fine. If all of them were making 10,000 a month, $10K, I'd be fine. If all of them were, I'd be able to have my fashion business. In fact, I'd be able to have my fashion business with just one of them was making 10K. If you could stream, you would love to earn that much. Okay, so I think we've talked about this before. That's a really unlikely number for streaming income. Like, I don't even put streaming income as part of my income revenue. Even when I was streaming every day, like it's just, that is an unrealistic goal from streaming. Most streamers do not make anywhere near that kind of money. The ones who do, it's like winning the lottery. It's like becoming a movie star or a famous singer. Like, sure, do some of them make lots of money? Yes, but you can't get there intentionally. You only get there through luck. So don't plan on that kind of payoff from something like streaming. It's never, ever going to get there, right? Yeah, if people have 1 million subs, they're a millionaire. Not necessarily, because you're forgetting that in order to get to 1 million subs, you actually have to be putting lots of money into the stream. So people will talk about like how I made this much revenue this month. And it's like, revenue is not the same thing as profit. In fact, if they're advertising their stream and doing other things, it's not, and putting money into that stream, like they need to pay for things to make that stream look the way it is and sound the way it is. And they have an editor and they have a producer and all this stuff. They're not actually making all that money. And again, getting 1 million subs is pretty unlikely for most people. That is winning the lottery type numbers. And it's not, I'm going to be really blunt, it's not a viable career goal. Like, it's like saying, I want to win the lottery as my career goal. Like, okay, yeah, everyone would like that, but you can't plan to get there. Like, it's not the kind of thing you can make a goal for and then like be like what I'm doing, make steps and be like, I'm going to get there. It's like, well, that would be nice, but more likely you might get maybe $1,000 a month from streaming. That might be a reasonable goal, right? But yeah, even that would be that's pretty difficult to make from streaming alone. If you did want to make money from streaming, you need to be selling something. You need to have a product that you also sell. It can't just be streaming and subs. You want to have a book you sell or have a product you sell or have some merch you sell. Honestly, merch isn't even good enough either. It needs to be something people want to buy for a reason, not just because they like you. But I can talk more about that at length. Basically, streaming is not a good career plan if what you want is money. Streaming is a good career plan if what you want is an audience who will buy something from you. But streaming itself will not make you money. It will not make you good amounts of money. It will not even make you medium amounts of money. Okay, if any of my business were bringing 10K, I'd be fine. If all of them were, I would have no problem getting my fashion business started. It's like, I'm not even including my fashion in that. How do you get there? I think networking is the biggest thing here. I need to actually networking and outreach. Also wholesale. Networking, outreach, collabs, wholesale. I need to be selling things to hundreds or thousands of people at once rather than one by one by one by one. Wholesale. Sell to multiple, not one on one. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right, Profit First. This page is from the Profit First book, which I highly recommend if you're starting a small business, or if you already have one and your accounting is a bit of a mess. This book will help you get it in order. All right, so this helps. This is more helpful if you have one item. I have like so many items that all my stuff, I could fill this out a bunch of times, but can I do this for an example product just to show you guys? I will do it for something to show you guys. Do I want to do it for like a book or a planner? I'm going to do it for an art, like a physical art piece, because that has a product cost and everything else doesn't have a product cost. So sales revenue, this is the price you sell it at. How much are you selling? Let's say one small watercolor piece, which is what I want to sell in person. I haven't actually decided how much I'm selling them for, but let's say if we sell one for, I keep wanting to be like, well, 20 euros or 30 euros. And it's like, is that a reasonable price? Because everyone's selling their prints. All the street sellers sell prints for like, I don't know, I think they probably sell them for like 1 for 10 or like 3 for 15 or 20 for their prints. So I don't know what the market is. I'm going to put $20 on here just so you guys can see what's going on. So an individual item, let's sell it for $20, 20 euro. So the product cost, and this is an estimation. So the product cost on mine, I'm going to put 20% because yeah, like I have to pay for the paper, I have to pay for the paint, I have to pay for the pens. So 20% of 20, I need a calculator. I really don't for that, but it's going to be 4 euros, but, okay, 20 times 0.2, 4 euros. Yeah. Okay. So 4 euro. So the real revenue is the other 80%. So that's going to be the 16. Tax takes 30% off of your profit. So after cost, so 30% of 16. And to do percentage, you just times by 0.3. So it's 30%, you times it by 0.3 instead of 30. So the tax is going to take 4.8 euros. And these are examples. If you actually know what your income tax rate is on business income, you could do that. But 30% is it's probably lower than 30. So 30 is a good high number. And then if you have more money after you pay your taxes, then hey, guess what? You're in the clear and you didn't get a nasty bill that you can't pay. Whereas if you estimate your taxes too low and then you get a higher bill when you do your taxes, now you're screwed because you spent all that money already. Operating expenses are 30%. So out of that 16 euro, we've got another 3% is 4.8 euro. And that covers things like your time, your marketing time, your email time, all of your back-end time, talking to customers, emailing customers, anything like that. All the other stuff you need to do, like if you had a physical location, it would be like your electricity and your rent and all of that. So for me, that's, yeah, not too high, but these are good percentage wise, and you can fiddle with these percentages if you know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, this is a good place to start. All right, so owner's comp would be basically, if you were an employee, what would you get paid? The owner should get a salary or some sort of compensation the same way an employee would. Otherwise, you're not actually making any profit. So we'll put that at 4.8 again, and then 10% is going to be €2. And then the actual profit should be €2. And the whole point of profit first is that you actually ensure that something is profit. And if it's not, you haven't set up your pricing the right way. If there's zero profit, your price needs to be higher, or you need to cut your operating costs. Like something needs to change. And then, so what's the net income? 40% is going to be €8. All right. So the idea is you can kind of see where all your money's going. Out of that €20 that came in, I'm trying to remember where I got to my net income. So these 60. Product cost is 20. Where's my other 40% going? I'm not sure. I don't remember. I have my details later. But basically, you can trust that these math does work out for something. Like you can kind of see, just to give you an overview. It's not in detail, but it gives you an overview of how to do the math for your business and what kind of money you should be expecting. If you sell something for €20, €5 of that, or dollars, whatever, is going to taxes. Like you didn't make €20, you made €15, right? And at the end of the day, after you account for the money you spent on products, the money you spent on operating expenses, and paying yourself, right? So if you're accounting all this together, you don't have an employee, it's all you. Now you're making €7, right? Kind of money towards you. That's good. So you can kind of see, it just gives you an idea of breaking it down, so you're not looking at it and going, I made €20, I can spend it. It's like, well, actually, maybe you should not spend all of that. You should put €5 of that in a tax account for the end of the year, so you don't get a nasty surprise. Anyways, that's just kind of a breakdown of how to do that. All right, annual goal. What is my annual goal? Make €10,000 a month. That'd be nice. All right, so annual goal 2024. And I bet one of my goals for the last couple of years has been to keep posting more passive income art online, like Redbubble and stuff, and that's been good. I've been consistently posting things to Redbubble. So sales campaigns. It'd be cool if I could spell. Sales campaigns. Kickstarter. And what was the other thing I was going to put? Passive income products. Okay, so I already, Q1 and Q2 are basically over. It is June. So I'm going to start in Q3 and Q4. Okay. Q3, I want to I guess we're still in Q2, aren't we? No. What am I doing? So July, August, September, October, November, December. Yeah, okay. So we're still technically in Q2. Well, is there anything I'd like to do for the end of this year? The end of this quarter? So Q1 was Redbubble. That was not something I predicted, but it did go really well. Q2 was, actually it was publishing. I did publish quite a bit in Q2. Q3 is going to be I feel like this should be RPG. And then develop planners. And then Q4 is planners. Okay, good overview. All right, monthly targets. I don't think I'm going to do this page because this is kind of more detailed. So we've got two versions of this. We got one that specifies it by content, revenue, and income, and then one that leaves it open for whatever you want to put in there. Again, I kind of did have different things. I usually have a different priority every month, and I kind of should break it down. January, I like did nothing. February, I guess I did writing. Actually, let me check my Toggle tracker because that will tell me. Because I track everything using Toggle, I can take a look and see when how I spent my time in any given month. I'm gonna do this on the computer. I was hoping I could do this on my phone, but I feel like it's not going to give me enough detail. It really won't break it down for me. Fine, I'll do it on the computer. Because Toggle, if you use Toggle appropriately, it will give you insane stats on how you spend your time. But I mean, that's kind of one of the things is that that's not a goal I have anywhere, which is track my time, because I do it naturally now because I've been doing it for a couple of years, and I do highly recommend it. Toggle is free for individuals, and yeah, it works really well if you keep up with it. And when I started, I wasn't as careful about it as I am now. Now I track everything. I track all the time I spend on my business, all the time I spend on work, and all the time I spend on life. And it's amazing. And even all the time I spend on sleep. So that when I want to know what I spent my time on in January, I can find out. And then I can look at my finances and be like, well, what income came in January? All right, actually, okay, products and planning. So, and then some writing. So, actually, yeah, I think I was still finishing up my planners. So that's exactly what it was in January. I feel like I didn't do anything in January because what I did in January should have been done the previous year, but it was planners. Planners. All right, February was mugs. Writing. Okay, the mugs. March. What did I do in March? Writing in March. So normally this would be goals, not recaps, but because I'm halfway through the year, we're going to do it as a recap. Marketing, that's right, I had a marketing client in April. Okay, well, I didn't really have anything particular in May that I spent time on, so we're gonna put art. And then I feel like June's over, but it's really only the 10th of June. But I think planners is, again, what I've been... Oh, I did an RPG on one of these months. What month was that? I'm also going to put writing over here because I did do quite a bit of writing in these months. So you don't have to, I mean, again, like if you're planning this out and not tracking, it's a little bit different, but for me, I'm just gonna. So this is March. Put some marketing in here too. So like this other stuff I was doing in all these months, like I was doing design in pretty much all these months, but not enough to really like make it count. Okay, so April I RPG development. I mean, May should have fashion in it because fashion marketing. TikToks. There's a lot of time on that. And then June, what are we doing this June? We are doing more fashion. And we're doing planners. And then, so what do I want to do for the rest of the year? Okay, so I would like to Okay, so from last year, when I ended something at the end of October, it was still a struggle to get, when I ended my Kickstarter at the end of October, it was a struggle to get things out before January because it was halfway through November before I could order them, and then it took about 6 weeks to get hardcovers out. Paperbacks, I think, did come out in December. But for this year, what that means, I would like to do my planner, dated planner Kickstarter, probably so that it ends at the end of September. So 2025 planner. See, this is why I'm doing this now, so I can be like, oh shit, I actually have to do this in September? That's so early. Kickstarter, so that it's actually in people's hands before December, so it can be a Christmas gift too. I'd like to do another Kickstarter over October. So let's say book Kickstarter. I'm not sure what yet. And again, that would probably just be in time for Christmas. Maybe we'll end it a little bit earlier. This year, maybe like, you know, more like the 20th rather than the 30th, just to get that extra 10 days. Black Friday sale. Okay, so does that mean if I want to do a RPG Kickstarter, it should be like next month or August, July or August? Probably that's exactly what that means. Probably that's exactly what that means. I suppose I could do an undated planner. So I could do like 4 Kickstarters this year. I just keep doing one every month because they sell, they get business, but they are quite a bit of work. I feel like less work now that I know what I'm doing. Okay, so let's question mark this in. Undated planner Kickstarter, which would be okay, question mark, because if it's undated, they don't need to get it right away. And then I feel like July would be too early for an RPG Kickstarter, so let's put August. RPG Kickstarter, question marks. I'm not really sure if that's happening or not. And then July, I don't know what I'm doing in July. Art, I want to do actual art, like physical art, and marketing clients. Okay. Art, local, marketing, local. Okay, so that's the kind of the overview of the year. Spelled Kickstarter wrong. Okay. All right, next up, monthly targets. This is just another page for that again, because I really like this kind of layout. I like being able to look at everything in an overview of like what's happening each month. What are my plans for each month? What are my priorities and my goals for each month? It's like, well, I'm going to focus on this month and that month, that month. Like fashion is a focus in May because of the Met Gala. Right? Yeah. Okay. But yeah, I don't need another one right now. All right, we're moving into the actual quarterly goals. 2024. Quarterly tasks. Determine your business annual goal, current business quarterly goal, and life annual goal for the year. Every quarter, fill out the next quarter goals. And so the great thing about this book is that it tells you when to do things, like when to fill stuff out. So every quarter, fill out each quarter's worth of sheets and revise your weekly schedule. Fill out a goal sheet for each goal and transfer to your weekly tactics to the weekly scorecard. Right, so you do that every week. All right, so what's my annual goal? Promotions. Monthly promotions. What's my life annual goal? Learn Italian. quarter one goals. What did I do in quarter one? So, and these are nicely broken up by quarter two. So if you had a theme for each quarter, you could write that in here. I'm just kind of going for it, so more loosey-goosey for me. All right, so my theme one goal was products. My quarter one goal. My quarter two goal was marketing. Social media marketing. My quarter three goals are going to be product development and maybe a Kickstarter. And my quarter four goals are going to be Kickstarter and sales. Okay. Product development. Kickstarter. And Kickstarters and sales. All right, so goal sheet. What are my goals? So every quarter, this book helps you pick 3 separate goals for 12 weeks. So a quarter is actually a little bit more than 12 weeks. You get a little bit of kind of leeway time, basically free time to kind of relax or take a break, or if you're having a holiday, vacations, those type of things, etc. Or if you just get behind like I do. But you can set it up for whatever weeks you want. It doesn't have to be like any dates. But it's a good idea to pick 3 goals for each quarter. So for me, I've already missed the first 2 quarters, so we're going to just start with my goals for right now. So, like I said, one of my goals is learn Italian. This has been a goal on my thing for a couple years now, and it's been, I'm doing it, so it's coming along. So deadline is, okay, if we're going to do July, August, September, I guess, figure out my dates. Okay, so start. Finish. I'm going to say goal, Italian. Let me look at the calendar here. Running an ad while I'm doing this calendar stuff. Okay, so actually the nice thing is if I start it now, I'm kind of like a couple weeks ahead of the end of the year, which would be great because the end of the year I'm probably going to be not doing much because I'll be back in Canada for Christmas, hopefully. So let's actually do that. So week 1, we'll start on the 17th of, so on a Monday, so June 17th. 17th. Finish is going to be 12 weeks after that. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, actually I should use my calendar pages. This will be easier than trying to do it on the computer. So let's go to my nice little printed day planner and actually look at one of the calendar pages. All right, so 2024. It is June 10th, so 17th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So the last week would be the week of the 2nd, September 2nd to September 8th. So it would end on September 8th. Okay. That's my quarter. And so because of this, this is my planner too. I'm actually going to write it into my day planner too. That's my Q3. And then you can see how it's about 1 more quarter left. All right. Okay, so what are my other goals for? And so see, I can use all these pages to kind of help guide what my goals and strategies should be. So like for instance, because I said I wanted to do some Kickstarters and some art, my goals for this quarter should also include art and marketing. And then I feel like I also need product development in there. And a Kickstarter. Okay, so one of these should be... One of my goals is Italian. One of my goals is going to be art and marketing, local. Okay, so I'm going to call it local projects. Local business, just to get those on the same page. And I'm kind of cheating here by adding more than 3 goals, but kind of an arbitrary number. And I'm ADD, so I'm going to be doing a bunch of stuff anyways. Local business, and then what my third goal will be Kickstarters. So product development and Kickstarters. So local business, Kickstarters. Okay, so all these deadlines are the same. The deadline is September 8th. I don't know why I'm using 3 different color pens here. This is not maybe the most effective thing to be doing. But September 8th. And again, my Italian goal really isn't deadline September 8th. It's deadline when I learn Italian. Like it's going to keep going for many years. But you know. Okay, describe this goal. Improve Italian. Like this one doesn't need a lot of details. Improve my Italian. Why is this goal meaningful? I live in Italy. Obviously, this is more helpful. These questions are more helpful if you actually you're gonna see why they're more helpful in the next set of questions, the next set of goals. But for this goal, it's pretty obvious. Okay, I live in Italy. Okay, milestones. My class finishes this month, so I want to be doing audio course. Yeah, and then by September, courses will start again. So for these 3 months, it should be audio course 1, 2, and 3. This is really easy. 1, 2, and 3. Daily sacrifices. I have to listen to audio course instead of... Have to is the bad way to phrase this, but I already wrote it. Listen to audio courses on my way to work, on my travel, like commutes instead of reading, scrolling, writing. Okay, yeah. Tactics. This is so simple. Like the tactics are audio course. Audio course, like, I don't know, 5 times a week. So 5 times per week. When is it due or how often is it due? 5 times per week. Reward, see, you want the reward to be nice, but I don't know what I want. I usually say like a nice dinner or something, but I go out for nice dinners anyways, so it's like, eh. So it needs to be something I wouldn't normally do. Let's say I found a new dessert that I really like. Let's say my raspberry rose tart. All right, local business stuff. So this is selling art in town and finding marketing clients. Okay, let's describe this goal. Okay, let's do that. The book is on like right in the dead center of this book, and it's like struggling to lay flat, but that's just because it is new. So let's fold it the other direction. There we go. Okay. Selling art in town to tourists and attracting local marketing clients. Okay, why is this goal meaningful to you? Community integration and using skills I enjoy. much rather spend my time making art and photography than, you know, whatever. All right, so milestones. I want to experiment until I find a comfortable location to sell. I want to, that's art, sell art. Let's make this more specific. Finish my stupid website. Finish marketing website. Honestly, it's pretty much done. It's not. I keep thinking that, but it's really not. I need to like add reviews and stuff. And photos. Okay, finish marketing website. And then milestone would be like talk to X number of businesses. I don't know. 50 is probably too many. Let's say 20 businesses. Okay. So daily sacrifices. I have to leave my house instead of just working from home. But that's a good thing because it gets me out talking with Italian people, which is what I want to be doing. Have to leave my house. Okay. And talk to people. But see, the point of like writing down what the sacrifices are is that it's not all rosy in your head. It's like, what are the actual things that you're not going to want to do? Admit them and be clear about them. Because if you just pretend like everything is so easy, then when it doesn't feel easy, it goes, well, why not? It looks so easy on paper. It's like, well, no, you knew on paper, yeah, you're going to have to leave your house and that part's going to suck. All right, so what are the individual tactics? I have my setup. So okay, so let's say try 3 places. Do 2 weeks. So that equals like July 1st. And then the idea of the completed category is that you check it off when it's done. Right? Or maybe you write in what it is you did. It's like you were saying, it's like, well, I need to make 3 products. It's like, well, I made a book and I edited this or whatever, right? Try 3 places. Okay. Website is like its own thing. Add. What's the word I'm looking for? It's not review. Maybe it is review. What? Reviews. Pictures. To site. That one should also probably be 2 weeks, but I don't want to have everything. Let's give that 1 week. It was when then? June 24th. And then what else do I need to do? I need to actually, okay, so make a list / map of potentials. So we'll call that, I'm not going to put that in a week term, so it's going to be after I finish the website. So we'll call it, what's after July 1st? We'll call it, that one actually probably should be July 1st. Oh, this will be way too long. Okay, so that's fine. July 1st. July 1st, and then start visiting. Let's say 5 per week. 5 per week. So that'll be, what, July 7th? 8th. I guess 7th. July 7th, etc. That's fine for now. Reward for this one would be all my rewards are food. Just not, I mean, if one of your goals is like health food, like eating well, healthily, or dieting, maybe food shouldn't be your reward, but for me, yeah, I think that's what it is. If one of your goals is saving money, your reward shouldn't be spending money. So keep those in mind. Your reward might be like a nice day with a friend, or, you know, something that doesn't cost money and doesn't involve unhealthy food. But for me, those aren't my goals or priorities right now, so fine. Reward is going to be a nice meal at one of the restaurants. At one of the restaurants I went to, which will be, like, I can't get the reward unless I do the things. I won't know what the restaurants have. At one of the restaurants. Okay. Kickstarter. So, develop products and do Kickstarter marketing. Gosh, see, this takes so long. How long have we been going? We've probably been going for an hour and 40 minutes. Okay. Develop products to sell through crowdfunding. Crowdfunding campaigns. Okay. Why is this goal meaningful to you? I find Kickstarter marketing better. I find Kickstarter marketing effective for reaching customers. Okay, milestones. What products do I want to do first? So you refer back to the pages you've already done. Okay. Develop RPG. Design 2020 25 planner. And then, yeah, plan campaigns. Okay, daily sacrifices. This is just like any business work, is just more time on directed business rather than the free form that I've been doing for the past 6 months. Free form, which gets stuff done, just it's not very efficient, rather than free form attention. All right, so tactics. Decide what RPG. I think it might be the Dollhouse Dream one, but it also might be a witchy one. I haven't quite decided. Okay, decide on, but putting it like this makes it all kind of seem more immediate too, because it's like, oh wait, like if I want to get this published by August, like I only have a month to actually get it produced, and then if I want that one published in September, well, and I'm busy working on that Kickstarter in August, like maybe it kind of has to be done in July too, but that shouldn't take very long. All right, decide on which RPG, but it starts making things feel more immediate. And then you also look at this and it's like, well, I do have 12 weeks. So I don't need to do it all in 1 week. You know, it can be spread out over a couple months. All right, decide on which RPG. Do July 1st. Another thing about Kickstarter is that you don't necessarily need to finish all the stuff before it's ready to go. Okay, but the planner I do want to do. I want the planner finished. Okay, finish planner by what, end of July? Let's see. And then I actually like writing in the dates in here so that I can see what week everything is. So I'm going to do that now. You don't have to do this, but I like doing it. Okay, so if this is June 17th. So June 17th. 21st. July 1st. 8th. 15th. 22nd. 29th. August 5th, 12th, 19th, 26th, and September 2nd. Okay. Now I can kind of see exactly month by month how it's going. So this is, yeah, now we're down to the nitty-gritty parts of the planning stuff, which is why this book is helpful, because it isn't just all airy-fairy kind of, what would you like to happen? But it's like, how are you going to make it happen? How are you actually going to make that happen? What are you going to do? Okay, so decide on which RPG. Finish 2025 planner. I think that needs to be done by... See, and I keep flipping back and forth between different pages. I'm trying to think about dates here. Okay, so what I want to do is... Okay, so let's say July 31st. So it should have a week on it. July 29th. And then... See, I feel like Finish RPG is not actually what this should be called, but it's close enough for my purposes. RPG. See, I'm changing this already. Finish. See, yeah, these are different dates. I should have put Plan RPG campaign. I'm actually gonna make this. Okay, no, I want this to be Plan. Plan RPG campaign is going to be, it has to be done by the end of that month. So, because I want it to go live in August, so. See, I feel like these are bad dates, because why would I put these two things on the same date? Obviously, this campaign needs to be finished before the 29th, because that's, I want it to go live on the 1st. But that probably doesn't need to be. Okay, planner campaign, 2025 planner campaign, and that can be due at the end of August. So let's say, forgetting that most of September is not part of this, so we'll call it August 26th. But yeah, since 2025 planner should not really be here, but I feel like that's one of those things I'm just gonna get done soon anyways, because it's pretty, my brain's in that mode right now. Put August 19th for the Finish RPG. Okay, so those aren't in order, but whatever. Alright, reward for this would be... invest in a Kickstarter I like. A Kickstarter that catches my attention. Because I'm being so careful with my money right now. Invest in a Kickstarter that catches my attention. But that's a good reward, because I do feel guilty when I do that, and I would love to. And especially because it's good marketing, too, to be involved and engaged in other Kickstarters. especially in similar niches. Attention. Okay, that's a good reward. I actually really like that. And theoretically, if this makes money, that is fine. All right, so now we're going to transfer all of these things, details onto this page. The Italian one is just like audio course. It doesn't really need. Okay. The local business one is try 3 locations. And so these can be things that you do every week, or they can be things where you cross it off and it's done. So this keeps going until I find the right place. Add reviews, pictures. So like if it, one of these, so like for instance, audio course is going to be check it off every week. If one of these things with social media marketing might be post every day or post 3 times a week and you check it off every week. So add reviews and pictures. Make list map. Oh, I'm so glad I decided to do this today because I don't want to be doing this. It's very, I don't know, just kind of stressful to be looking at all these plans, but it's also exciting. But I'm doing it. I'm doing it. All right, and visit 5 per week. So visit 5 per week is more of one of those ongoing ones. And we said that's going to start July 7th, so. I'm just putting like little deadlines on there. Alright, for Kickstarters, what do I want to do? Alright, decide. And also, like, some of these things could have been better written as work on 2024 planner, right? And then it'd be like work a couple hours a week. And a lot of these dates are just kind of random, so it's not like they can't be shifted. If I get it done in a different week, it's fine. All right, and then the next goal is they just repeat, so like you can do all your different quarters. After that, what comes up is design your schedule. So I don't need to do this because right now my schedule's a mess and it wouldn't help. But this is really useful if you have a set amount of time every week that you're trying to fill with business stuff. You can go through and list all the things in your life and all the things in your business that you have to do or want to do and how much time they take. Select everything you have to do every day. So that goes on your thing, or every week, like it has to be done. Go through and put these tasks into kind of what is your primary task on a Monday, what other tasks do you want to get done, and what would be cool if you did get done. So like your primary task on Monday might be go to work. Same Monday to Friday might be day job, right? Secondary task. What's your secondary task? Maybe you want to stream 3 nights a week. Is that Monday, Wednesday, Thursday? Streaming. Maybe you want to work on product development, all day Saturday. Okay, that's your main task, product development. Maybe you want to work on it for a couple of hours every Tuesday and Thursday. Maybe put that in. third task, secondary task. But basically take all the things that you've filled into these lists and sort them out into main tasks and secondary third tasks. You can separate it by life and business if you have enough stuff like I do to do that, or you can just do one if you only have so many things. So I like that. I find it helpful. Then you can go through and actually design your schedule. So like what times, so you've already put like your main task, secondary, third. What times do you actually want to do this? In the morning, in the afternoon? So like Monday, well, maybe I work every day in the morning, and then in the evening I want to do a stream and I want to do some product development. Maybe your schedule is more random and Wednesday you work evenings. So you put work in the evening on Wednesdays. And then in the morning you want to get done maybe some exercise, and you want to do some marketing. Like you want to do social media as your filming day for social media or something, right? So you can go through, you can fill it into a full schedule with all of the hours. That leads into the nice little day planners. And then it gives you a couple more ones to do that for each quarter. So there's four reprints of that. So you can do it 4 times in a year. And you change your schedule every quarter. Up next, we have, again, this book is really nice because it tells you when to do things and how to do them. So every week you do a weekly review. Once a week, fill out a life plan to-do list or a focus to-do list to organize yourself for the week. Get everything in your head out onto paper. Every task for the week goes under a goal. Everything else goes in the Devil's Vortex. This is the same for both the life plan to-do list and the focus to-do list. There's separated by goals, and then there's everything else. The Devil's Vortex is the everything else category. It's anything that just looks like work. It's not actually moving you forward in your goals. Fill out your weekly schedule and leave room for the unexpected. Leave some buffer time, especially if you're ADHD, to avoid getting behind schedule, and leave some clear space. You can't schedule every minute of the day, especially if you're ADHD, even though you really want to, and it sounds like a great idea while you're doing it. You just start getting more and more behind and overworked and burned out. Balance work with restorative time to avoid burnout. Plan time to refill your cup instead of just pouring endlessly. If you don't plan time for rest, your body and brain will plan it for you. One thing you can try is double planning. Have 2 possible times for something and 2 possible things for a time. So if you're like, well, on Monday afternoon, I would like to either do marketing or a stream, right? Then you have 2 options. You're not like, if you get to Monday and you're like, I don't want to do a stream, you do marketing instead. If you're like, well, I need to get marketing done this week, but I might do it either Tuesday night or Thursday night, or maybe Saturday morning if I'm free. Now you have a couple different times you can pencil it in, and then whichever one it gets done in, you just check it off. But it gives you some flexibility. If you're like me and you need that flexibility. Include time intentionally to plan and work on your business. You should also be planning long stretches of unbroken time to do creative work. If your creative work is only being done in like 30-minute or 45 or hour-long segments, you might not be getting enough time to actually really get your brain going on creative work or problem-solving work or that deep kind of intellectual or creative artistic work. Give yourself at least one long block a week, and at least 1 block a week to plan work on your business, not just in your business. So not just product design, but like how are your finances and your goals and all of this, and to review everything. Plan time to review the execution of your goals from each week with the weekly scorecard, which we just filled out. So you go through and actually every week you go through and check off what needs to be checked off, like what you did. And then at the bottom you write your score. So if this week I did the audio course 100%, I'd write 100% here. If I did do the 3 locations, but I didn't do the reviews and pictures, I'd write 50%. If I did, most of these things aren't on this list yet, so it's only this one for the first week. Maybe I'm in a later week and it's like, well, I needed to be spending time planning this campaign. Did I do it this week? Yes. Did I do it that week? Yes. Did I work on the RPG? Yes. So check it off when you do it. And then, yeah, you can do checks, you can do percentages, you can do whatever works for you. I usually do a combination. But it's nice to do the percentages because then you can look and see, like, if you're not making at least 85% of your goals in a given week, you're setting your goals too ambitiously and you need to slow it down for the next quarter. The whole point is to kind of have a way of evaluating whether you can fill your goals that you're setting or not. And if you're not, then stop setting those goals that high because you're only giving yourself impossible tasks. It's okay if you don't get 100%. If you get 100%, you actually should probably set them a little bit higher Because if you're doing everything and you have free time and it was easy, well, you could probably be doing a little bit more. But if you're doing less than 85%, if you're only getting 50% of them done or like 10% of them done, hey, guess what? You actually don't have enough time to do all those goals in a week. You got to set your goals more realistically. So that's kind of what this is designed to do, to kind of give you some self-feedback on whether your goals are realistic or not. Yeah, if you're executing less than 60%, you need to reevaluate your tactics because they're not working for you. It doesn't matter if it looks great on paper. If it's not actually happening, your goals aren't going to work out according to plan and you're never going to be on track. Yeah, so go through, these are the to-do lists. There's a couple posted in here, and then you can, if you get the digital copy, you can print as many as you want. Goal check is the last section of this book. So again, it tells you when to do all these stages. At the end of each quarter, spend time evaluating how your goals went. So you're going to be doing that every week as well. But at the end of the quarter, you kind of look over the whole weekly scorecard sheet and be like, okay, did I mostly check things off? Or were my scores mostly in the 85% range, or were they pretty low? Or were they really high? You get a chance to actually evaluate it once a quarter. A great chance to make sure you're evaluating the why if a goal didn't work. If you didn't follow the plan, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad plan, but it means you need a different plan, one that you can actually execute. It might have been a great plan, but it doesn't mean it's a great plan for you. You can't actually judge whether a tactic is successful or not if you're not even doing it the way you intended, right? So ensure you can execute your tactics reliably before judging if they're successful or giving up on them. A lot of people will be like, well, I'm going to do X every day and that's going to get me to whatever goal it is. And then they don't do it every day. They do it every third day. And then they get to the end of that month and they go, well, I didn't get the results I wanted because from that. And it's like, well, you didn't get the results you wanted, but you didn't actually do that. Maybe if the results you had in mind were more set for doing it every 3 days, maybe going to the gym or posting on social media, and your goals were realistic for that amount of effort, maybe it would have been successful, right? But if your goals were the everyday version and you didn't do the everyday version, you can't judge that the tactic didn't work, right? And then people give up and they don't go to the gym or they don't post on social media at all. It's like, well, it might have worked if your goals were more in line with what you actually did. So that's kind of the idea. It gives you a page of recalibration. You can do this at the end of the year, or you can do it kind of whenever you feel like it, this month, this year, this quarter. But what mistakes did you make? What did you learn? What goals did you fail at? And if these are still goals going forward, what are you going to do differently so that you don't get the same results? Insanity and all that. Goal check. Again, you can do this repeatedly or just once at the end of the year. Identify a goal. When you achieve this goal, you will be able to what? When you achieve all this, you will feel how? And identify the underlying objectives based on these answers. Now compare with your original goal. Is the original goal actually the best or only way to achieve this? So if you're struggling with a goal, this is a good way to kind of realign whether the tactic you've chosen is actually effective or not. Is there another tactic you could use? Is there another strategy? Could you achieve your objectives in a more effective way or just a different effective way? So kind of just a chance to recap if you're getting frustrated with something that's not working. I lied. The last section of this book is the productivity primer, which is just a couple like tips I've put together. So I'll just read through it. So productivity and procrastination. If you're ADHD and you procrastinate like me, productivity is a tool to help you when your goals are creating a life you want to live. What do you want? List everything you need to get from where you are now to where you want to be. So like you can do this on another sheet of paper and just like write it out in a journal. These are kind of more journaling ideas. Find your why. Find all your whys. Why do you want something? The happy, positive, ethical answer. And also what's the dark reason? What's the secret reason you don't want to admit out loud to people? But it's probably actually there. Most of the goals we have a bit of a non-socially optimal answer, right? Like, well, why do you want this? Well, because I want people to like me, or I want people to think I'm cool, or I want power, or I want, whatever it is, right? Like list it out, write it out in your journal, It's a real reason, and if you ignore it, it doesn't help you. If you acknowledge it, it might even give you some more motivation, right? So it's definitely worth exploring the parts of your psyche that maybe aren't so perfect. The wall. For each goal, write out a timeline, and you can move an arrow to show your progress. So I've done this before. You can do this on a whiteboard, a chalkboard, a corkboard, something big that you can kind of put outside on your wall, and you can just show like, hey, where am I moving on this goal? And if you're doing kind of a timeline like this, like a 12-week thing, you can actually put that on a corkboard and mark off every day when you do the thing. You move the little magnet or the post-it or whatever it is along the list and show how you're progressing. Or you add a check mark in each box on the big thing on your wall. Those kind of things can be really helpful. Basically, something that puts it in front of you. The bare minimum list. What are the things that if you didn't do, your life would go horribly wrong? You need to do these things to stay alive and stay happy and healthy. And then you kind of know what the bare minimum is. Like, you probably need to eat something every day. You probably need to make sure you're clean. You probably need to make sure you pay rent and your bills. And if you stop doing those things, maybe like they would cut off your electricity and your cell phone service, and maybe people wouldn't want to hang out with you anymore because you're not showering. And maybe you wouldn't be able to, you'd lose your job if you didn't go to work every day. So like, what is the bare minimum? If you do those things, you're doing it. Some days are those days. You just need to do the bare minimum. What's the great day list? These are the things you could do on an amazing day. Like when you have one of those days where everything's going well and you're getting all of it done and you're in the zone, you're motivated. What does that great day look like? So double how much time you think you need for these. People are like, oh, I can do that so easily. If you're ADHD like me, time evaluation is a limited skill. And you can think, oh, well, this is one of the reasons Toggle Tracker has been so helpful for me, because I'd be like, well, I just want to do some social media posting. That'll take 30 minutes. And it's like, that takes 3 goddamn hours to film, edit, record, come up with a caption and hashtags and post. Like, it's not a 30-minute task, even though my brain goes, yeah, that's 30 minutes. It's not. When you track your time, you can know that. And then the next time you're like, I need to do some social media posting, it's like, okay, but that's a whole afternoon, right? And then 3 of them at once, and then it will still only take like 3 hours, maybe 4 hours, but I'll have 3 videos at the end of that time instead of just 1, right? So kind of when things take a long time, you can start batching them together instead of trying to do 1 every day. And it's like, well, actually, if I did it every day, maybe I could get my time down to 1 or 2 hours. But if I batched a whole bunch of them at once, I could actually get a lot more done. Schedule some downtime. Productivity is a side effect of living a happy, healthy life. This requires downtime. Make sure you leave time for evenings and weekends. Get off social media. Do activities that are the opposite of work. And especially if you're a creative person like me and your creative pursuits start to turn into work, where it's like, oh, I love painting. It's like, well, now I'm selling paintings. That's work now. Oh, I love writing. Well, now I'm selling writing. So that's work now. Try to find some hobbies that are not related at all, or find ways to do your hobby in a way that's not related to work. So like for me, I'll do some painting that has nothing to do with like stuff I want to sell. It's just like I let myself go free and I'll paint whatever I want. And I won't do it on stream, right? Because painting on stream is now work. Spend some time outside and with your friends and family. Get a dog, get a cat. Yeah. How to start the work. Make sure your tasks are well defined as specifics, not general ideas. So that was kind of the point where we went from general concept all the way down to individual tasks with time frames by week. This gives you more box ticking rewards. If you're ADHD, you might like to tick off boxes and to-do lists, and that gives you a little tiny burst of dopamine. So roll with it. Give yourself more things to check off. Temptation bundling. Do something you want to do with something you have to do. So if there's something you want to do, you want to go on social media, you want to watch Netflix, well, make it an immediate reward for something you have to do. If it's something like, well, you want to eat that, delicious unhealthy snack, okay, but start your work while you do it. Like, yeah, go grab it, but eat it while you're doing the work you don't want to do. That kind of stuff. If you don't want to do something, set aside a set amount of time where you guarantee yourself you will stop after. 15 to 60 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes even. But basically be like, I don't want to do this, but I need to do a little bit of it. So you tell yourself, well, I'm just going to do it for 10 minutes today. I'm just going to do it for 30 minutes today, and then I will stop and I will be done with that. And I'm really bad at that because I'll start something and be like, I don't want to do this, but I'll start it. And then like an hour later, I'll be like, I need a break and I don't want to be doing this anymore, and I'll keep going. So really, really try to actually take the breaks you promise yourself, because otherwise your subconscious goes, well, last time you didn't let me take a break even though I did what you said. And it's like, well, you're all the same brain, thanks, so really it's your own fault. But at the end of the day, take the breaks you say you're going to take because your brain remembers that. How to finish the work. Get to 70%, not 100%. Give yourself rewards, intentional ones, a gift, a time, a meal, chat breaks, time with friends and family, time outside, touch some grass. Use the Pomodoro method. We use it all the time on this channel. Work for a set period of time, then you take a break for a set period of time. And you keep repeating it. Stop for a lunch break and finish after 8 hours so that you don't turn it into a new negative association. If you just keep going forever, now your brain thinks, oh God, whenever I do this type of task, I have to go forever. And sometimes you get in that hyperfixation zone where you don't want to stop. Stop after a certain point. Stop after the point you say you're going to stop as much as you can. Because the next time you want to do it, your brain will go, yeah, that was great last time, and not, oh God, last time I did that for 16 hours straight. I don't want to do that again. Right? And it won't say that out loud. It'll just be in the back of your subconscious. It'll come out as, I don't want to do that. But what your brain's really thinking is, I don't want to do that for 16 hours. Whereas if you tell it, it can only do it for 2 hours, 4 hours, 8 hours, and you'll stop. It'll believe you if you hold true. Yeah, so that was the book. That was the whole thing. So I'm really happy with that. I'm really glad I got that done and filled out today. I actually wasn't expecting to finish it all today. Like I said, the second half of the book is a lot of pages for each quarter, and so you don't fill it all out at once. The second half of the book, you kind of fill out it quarter by quarter, and yeah, I'm pleased with that. All right, so I hope that was helpful to people. I feel like I want to do a bit more streaming tonight. Maybe I should switch to co-working. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. But yeah, that was the annual review and goal planner. I'll post another link to it. You can go check that out. You can check out my other planners. They're up for sale. You can get them in physical copy, paperback, or hardcover on Amazon, or you can get a digital print copy that you can print yourself and either put in a book, put in a 3-punch binder. I like putting it in ring binding systems if you have a punch for that. And yeah, the great thing about this is that you can get one for every year and redo it every year and then look back on all the different years. Otherwise, you can also just get one, and honestly, like, you could just use a regular journal. Once you have the questions in front of you, you could just answer these in any journal, right? It's nice to have the book in front of you so that it's very clear. You don't have to rewrite out the questions each time. But again, if you wanted to save money, you could buy it once and just keep using the same one with different journals. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope that was helpful to someone. If you have any questions, let me know. Check out the Discord. And yeah, if there's anything you'd like to see that you didn't see in this planner, let me know. If there's a particular color scheme you'd like to see, let me know that too, because I'm planning on publishing more of these just with different color schemes. But yeah, I've been using this for years. This is kind of the culmination of all of my reading, knowledge, and life experience for how to get stuff done. And I didn't actually put a bibliography in this, but I almost should, because it's using tons of books on productivity. Like we saw in there, it uses Profit First at one point, but it uses, like, most of the stuff came from lots of different sources, and I've combined everything I found helpful into one handy dandy book. So I hope you guys like that. Go check it out. It's up for sale now. And yeah, I'm happy with it. I use it every year. I like it. Okay, we're gonna switch over to co-working, I think. I should also make some dinner. Okay, I think I'm gonna end this stream and come back. So let me type that in, and we'll do it really quick because I'm not concerned about the title and stuff. So I'm gonna be right back. Don't go anywhere, guys.